my gosh, remember when you're just asking me, is it a good time to sell my house? Well, I was thinking, why don't we just talk about the housing market just for Lynwood? You live in Lynwood, Lynwood, Washington. Why don't we just talk about the housing market there? Let's grab some coffee. Actually, it's super cold out, so I'm going to grab a hot chocolate. Why don't you grab your favorite drink and then we'll talk about the housing market. I'll see you in just a sec. Last time we saw each other, you asked me if it was a good time to sell your home. Well, I'm going to tell you the same answer I told you last time. It really depends on your personal situation. So, anytime is the right time if it's the right time for you. Everybody experiences different reasons of why they need to sell their home. We're going to go into the market and I'll explain a little bit more, and then you'll really know what to expect and you can make that decision. So all of the numbers that we're going to talk about, the MLS pulls all of the data from the previous month. So we're actually a month behind, but we're calling it the February 2025 market update. So all of these numbers are actually based from January. I was thinking though, we should take a look at the big overall picture first and kind of look at the national pricing of homes versus Washington State, Snohomish County, and then really dive into the city of Lynwood. So that way we can really see how your investment is doing. So if you are thinking about moving out of state, you're probably going to do really well because the national median right now for a home is $419,200. And the median home price in Washington State is $625,000. And then even closer to home, the median home price for Snohomish County, which obviously we all know Lynwood is in. Snohomish County, we're looking at $763,600, just a little bit above that. So that's pretty significant. And then Lynwood, you're getting up into the 800s. So $800,000 is the median home price if you want to live here. So think about that. I mean, the median home price has gone up 6.7% since last year at this time. Not bad for your investment. Even if you just bought a couple years ago, you're probably sitting on some pretty good equity, depending on how you bought, if you bought super high or if you were buying like at the median level. So anyway, 6.7%. Oh, and that before I show you that slide real quick, that is for previously owned and new construction residential homes. So keep that in mind. If you're condo shopping, it's definitely lower, but we'll get into that in a minute. We're talking about the median home price. I also like to really break it down on a more individual level. So really break out like the previously owned homes versus new construction. So if you are looking at an older home or, like a 1990s or 70s or whatnot, it really depends on what shape it was in. But that median home price is coming in at $835,000. And that really took a big jump. That increased over 8% from this time over last year. So new construction, the home prices actually went down a bit. So the median home price for a new construction home in Lynwood is $694,000. That's actually down quite a bit. It's down 6.1%, but you have to look at what is being constructed. So really all the sales that happened with the new construction were actually townhomes. I should back up actually. There are different categories within homes. So you have detached homes and your standard, previously owned home that looks like a traditional house. Then you have the new construction that also looks like a house, but it's not really considered a single family home. We'll get into that number in a minute. About selling a condo, you're going to want to take a look at this market just a little bit differently. They took a decrease of 13.8% from this time over last year, and the median condo price previously owned is $560,000. Okay, so new construction condos, that's the category that's really going to blow your mind, because if you're not familiar with how condos are constructed or anything like that, that number sounds crazy because these condos do not have any sort of water view or anything like that. And the median home price for a new construction condo in Lynwood is $1,302,000. I mean, that's outrageous. But when you really look at it, you can understand. So we're going to take a look at what these particular new construction condos look like, because they're really not condos. They're considered condos, yes, but they feel and live like your traditional single family home. So let's take a look at that really quick. Looking at these website photos of these new construction condos in Lynwood, it definitely feels like a house. So you have, a small backyard, you have a community type play area, or, so there's some sort of a common area as well. And this is what new construction is looking like around in our area. So don't be alarmed when you see new construction condos over $1 million. It's not waterfront property, but they're like homes. So, and they have small HOA dues, and how they're categorized. The condo new construction prices have increased 53.5% since last year. That is what is going on with the condo situation in Lynwood. We're going to really break down the market at this point. We're going to look at all the different price points and what has been selling. So really, where are sellers coming out on top, and where are the buyers gaining over the sellers and playing hardball? So let's take a look, see how those numbers are shaking out, and that will also help you decide if it's the right time to sell or not. Home in Lynwood under $500 or at $500,000 is just about unheard of. Well, we did actually have one sell at about $500,000. It was a fixer-upper for sure. So anyhow, don't be alarmed. The house prices aren't like totally plummeting. It's just that happened to be a definite fixer-upper and a project home. So it was not anything that was turnkey, move-in ready. So what about the $600,000 to $700,000 range? 9 homes sold. 5 actually went under asking. So sellers were having to negotiate. Buyers were asking for concessions, or maybe they were offering lower prices. So be prepared. Buyers are expecting homes to be move-in ready. Interest rates are, in the average range, right, of 6 to 7%. But with homes going up by 6.7%, that's a lot on a buyer. So keep that in mind when you're pricing your home or getting ready or thinking about selling. You want to take that into consideration, because you don't want to put your house on the market that's way crazy above what it will actually sell for. Buyers will wait. They're going to wait for a price drop. They are waiting on the sidelines, and they are just kind of trying to see what's going to happen. A lot of them are waiting for interest rates to drop. So as a seller, you need to have your A game. Turnkey move-in ready homes are the ones that do go the quickest. So if you are looking to sell in a quick fashion, make sure that you are getting your house ready now, way before you're ready to put it on the market. So what about the $700,000 to $800,000 range? Well, 7 sold, and actually 6 of them came under asking. So again, buyers are looking for a bargain. Interest rates are really cutting down in the buyer's affordability and being able to shop. So keep that in mind. And also, when you get an offer, if it's maybe under asking, don't take it personally. I always look at it as a conversation starter. So be happy to have a conversation starter, and hopefully we can come to a happy middle ground. So anyway, keep that in mind when you are thinking about moving or selling. It is emotional, it is hectic, and I am here to help you and make it feel that much less hectic. So in the $900,000 to $1 million range, things got a little different. 3 actually went over asking. So if you fall in this price point and your home is ready to go and looks great, you might have some competition with multiple offers. So that would be a seller's dream, right? So who wouldn't want to sell their house higher? We all do. So maybe that's you. Smallest amount of activity was definitely in the luxury level, and that's anything over $1 million. We had 5 homes sell, and all of them came under asking. So buyers are definitely looking for negotiating, especially at that level. We had just 55 homes available in the month of January for sale. That is not a lot. So if you're thinking about selling, that is also good for you, because you don't have as much competition as you normally do. Well, our markets have been tight for quite a while. So yes, our inventory is increasing, but we still don't have enough inventory. So just kind of keep that in mind. Median days on market for a home to be for sale before it gets under contract is about 34 days. It's also taking about 15 showings for a house to get under contract. So I don't think that's actually an accurate number because it's not taking into consideration open houses either. So open houses have been quite busy, especially with the buyer's agreements that are needed. So sometimes buyers don't really want to go touring with an agent that they've signed with yet, or they're not quite ready to make that commitment. So the only time really that they're able to see a house is maybe through an open house or maybe by the listing agent. So it's not quite accurate. It's probably more than just 15. But just so you know, it does take quite a bit of traffic to come through your house to actually get an offer. At the time that I looked up the mortgage rates, it was actually 6.95%. So just about 7%, which is really what we've been seeing. We've been kind of hovering in between 6 to 7% for quite a while now. And that is definitely taking some buyers out of the game. As a seller, it is important to kind of keep your eye on those mortgage rates, especially right before you're pricing your home as well. So you don't really want to go at the very top if the mortgage rates are just continuously creeping up, because each buyer has to go down just a little bit. That's usually what happens. So their buying power is shifting continuously. So just keep that in mind when you are thinking about making a move. What does this mean for you as a seller? Is the market hot? Is it cold? What's happening? Well, it really depends on, certain price points and what kind of product do you have. So it comes down to pricing, strategy, and marketing. So if you're ready to make that move, let's grab a cup of coffee and talk about how we can work together as a team. And until next time, I'm looking forward to helping you with your next move, and reach out if you have any questions.